I've extended the menus really to meet the customer need. Everything must be fresh. It's cooked that day, served that day, because it's the way forward. We have built on the menus, but also in a way we have made them slightly smaller to guarantee quality, because the secret is consistency here. I decided that the way forward to bring something fresh to the centre was to have all our bread fresh. So from your toast in the morning, that bread will have come out of the oven, cut and actually toasted for you. All the rolls, all the bread we use, in fact, is made on site on the day. So that we can get it right from the time that the guests walk through the door. There's no point halfway through their week here, if they're here for a week, to have to change things because we're not getting it right. It needs to be right from the beginning. So the amount of information you can get is paramount, really. You look at the product that's going on the menu, of the type of client you have, and the type of season, the type of weather, and you establish what would be best for the client, especially in the colder climate. They want something wholesome, but you've got to be careful that it's not too wholesome that they do tend to fall asleep in the afternoon. So you're very careful what type of product you put on. But as long as it's balanced, and that's the secret, the menu is balanced, everything should be fine. Every type of diet is catered for here, because nowadays the data requirements are getting bigger and bigger, so we feel that is the only way forward. I have a team of 7 chefs, from pastry all the way up to senior sous chef, and they all play a really big role. They've really stepped up to the mark. I've asked them to do certain things and they've really come through it. And they're very professional and they're very excited. They have to be passionate at what they do, otherwise it won't push through on our food and we will not get the consistency. Well, by mentoring them, I spend as much time with the individuals as possible, whether it is a sous chef who's very experienced, to get what I'm looking for out of my team and the food that is required for our guests. We spend an awful lot of time together, a lot of talking, a lot of meetings, and a lot of planning. We go through food and we prep it time and time again just to make sure it's how it should be. We cannot be complacent. We have to change constantly. If we have a client that comes here 2 or 3 times a month, we cannot afford for them to have the same type of product each time. It's got to be fresh. So we establish a bank of menus, but we tweak them and we change them constantly for the need of the customer. When I first got here, we had a vast number of menus, and if I was a client coming in the door, there was so much choice. It was mind-boggling. And I felt, as a chef coming in, we couldn't offer the consistency. If we were doing these menus day in, day out, week in, week out, we couldn't produce these at a professional level that our client requires. So I've reduced, as a team, we've reduced them to get the right level of product in there so that they're getting consistency and a better product. We're going to be more considered with the menus to meet our client needs, to aid them in their course, to get the dietary requirements right, to get the nutritional value of the menus right, so that they can do their course the right way. By working with the sales and events team to empower them so that they understand the nature of the menus and the nutritional value to match with the client's needs. I would insist that they actually spoke to myself or a member of my team, so that we can discuss their requirements, the type of food they're looking for, and to make sure that we get the balance correct for the type of client that's coming through.